Side Scrollers is brought to you by you. If you'd like to support the show, head over to patreon.com/sidescrollers. It's time for Side Scrollers on YouTube.com. With me, Stuttering Craig. You got a goal? Go get it. Adam Krigler.
Hi, buddy.
Blab.
Hi, chat. I love you. Mwah.
And producer extraordinaire, Travis Key.
Hi, guys.
And brought to you by you, the G2 community at patreon.com/sidescrollers. And now, broadcasting from our homes, it's time for the number one gaming and entertainment podcast on planet Earth. It's time for Side Scrollers.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, welcome on out to Side Scrollers on YouTube.com and Rumble.com and Twitch.tv. What's going on, everybody? Oh, and Twitter today. Good to see you guys. Thanks so much for finding us. Hey, I'm Stuttering Craig. Welcome to the number one video game and entertainment podcast on planet Earth. It's Side Scrollers. Man, do we have a good one today. I'm so stoked for today's guest and all the fun that we're about to get into. Oh, baby. It's going to be great. But first, let us introduce El Capitan, the legend, Travis Keys. Hello, Travis. How are you, buddy?
Good morning. Ready for the day.
It's going to be a good one. Also joining us, as always, straight from Guam, it's Blabs.
Hello. Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesdays to you, Blabs. It is Tuesday, isn't it?
Yeah.
Also, the greatest gamer in the room from the other side of the ocean, it's Adam Krigler.
You know, I have expected you to bring Rich in at that one. You know, it would have thrown everyone off. I don't know if he's a gamer. I know he does tech reviews, but I don't know. Maybe.
Oh, no. But now.
So I remain the greatest gamer in the room? Is that
well, I mean,
what you're saying?
Self-proclaimed. Maybe I'll add that. The self-proclaimed greatest gamer.
Whoa, I didn't self-proclaim it. You've been proclaiming it nonstop for months now.
The Craig proclaimed.
I'll accept that. I'll accept that.
You have been kind of a simp for a while, but
I'll accept it. I'll accept it.
Listen, I'm doing my best to prop everybody up as best I possibly can. But allow me to introduce to you, straight from the good old USA, the one, the only, Rich from ReviewTechUSA.
That was glorious.
That was very glorious.
Hey,
Welcome.
thanks.
What's going on?
Let's go. Good to see you. How are you, man?
I'm doing okay. I'm hanging in there. How's
Good.
everyone?
I love whenever we do these, obviously shows. Everyone has their different cameras. Like I'm like straight up in your face, and everyone else. And we got Rich. He's just kind of hanging out in the back all the way.
Well, what sucks is with like how my GH5 is. It's through like a game capture card. A lot of the software doesn't recognize it as a video source. They just think it's a capture card, so I can't use my actual main camera for interviews like this. It's very annoying.
Annoying. Yeah.
Well, I do the same thing whenever I play games. I can't like this going through an HDMI, and the HDMI goes in through go through any gaming device as well. So I have to go through a crappy webcam whenever I do any sort of gameplay. So I understand your frustrations, Rich. It's tough, but you look good. You look good. You look sharp. So
Yeah, I look like a giant grape.
You know, I'm glad you said it. Because I was thinking it, and I didn't want to be rude.
It is because I got home from taking my kids to school. I'm like, all right, what is clean after I get out of the shower? Here it is. I'll look like a giant grape on the show. So it worked.
But everyone loves grapes.
Yeah, I look like a giant radish, so it's all right. It's good
On a regular basis, by the way.
Good point.
I usually look like an asshole. So
I look like a grandpa at 41. So there's that too.
Blabs, what do you think you look like?
Oh, Adam's frozen. Damn it, he unfroze as soon as I took a screen grab. I'm just a blueberry.
We got blueberries, we got grapes, radishes, assholes, and I don't know what I look like. What do I look like, chat?
Are you is that black? Is your shirt black or like a navy?
It is. It's like a black, it's weird sweatshirt.
Then as your soul? I don't know.
Yeah, chat.
I look like a soul. All right. I'll take it. It's weird.
It's always good to ask the chat. Yeah, chat, what do I look like today?
I'm gonna take it. Someone said Chatham, and I like it. We're gonna run with that.
Nice.
Oh, a piece of black licorice. That works too.
Well,
All right.
Rich,
Swedish loves black licorice. Anyway,
Oh, yeah.
sorry.
No, you got the salted licorice. I think is a big player.
No,
right?
they love all. There's like 30 kinds of
Salted
black
licorice?
licorice here.
I
it's
love
weird.
licorice. So good. Yum.
Rich, you ever had the salted licorice before?
No. I don't even really like licorice, so that sounds even more horrifying to me.
Nah, you wouldn't like it then.
It's
Yeah.
trash bags.
It's
Black-
it's an
black-
acquired taste.
Black licorice is a real European thing. Like they tried to give it to me everywhere there. And I'm like, get that shit away.
Hold on, no, hold on. I gotta say, I'm not the biggest fan of black licorice, but because I know how much of a variety there is with the black licorice here, I try it. So I want to try it to make sure if I like it or not. And there's some black licorice that's freaking banging good.
You just gotta find the one for you.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a salt, yes, just licorice.
Just don't do the salted ones. The salted black licorice is
Agreed.
just a trash bag. It's horrible. It's horrible.
Yeah, I agree.
Because it's already kind of
Gross.
like not salty, but it kind of leans in that direction. So to put salt on it too is just no.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And they're shaped like skulls.
Yeah, if you're gonna go that way, just go saltwater taffy all the way.
Look,
That's a
we-
whole
I
different.
agree.
That's a whole different thing, though.
listen, we could dig into this taffy licorice world all we want, but we have bigger fish to fry today.
Taffy.
All right. All right.
Oh no!
Big-
Wait,
bigger
are we doing a
fish.
fish fry? Are we doing a
No.
fish fry?
Everyone just shut up. All right. just shut up. All
We
right,
talking
look,
food?
we got food going on. All right.
Food tier.
In addition to having Rich on the show today, which is going to be outstanding, and did it to with all the licorice taffy and fish fry talk. Later after this at 1:00, our Mario Funathon continues. We had an awesome first day. You guys see all this up here? That was contributions from G2s popping in and contributing. Once again, you guys are contributing, not just me, but side scrollers as a whole. And the contributions were great yesterday. Let's continue on. That'll be at 1:00. We're in the middle of playing through Mario 3. After that, we go into Mario World, and then we continue on with our fun adventures all the way through the mainline Mario games. In addition, tonight on my show in the evening at 10:00 Central, Keemstar will be joining me tonight. So that really,
That should be
really
interesting.
fun.
You
Yeah.
should ask him to play Dead by Daylight with us. That'd be fun. Just saying, we should do it one day.
Nah,
I'm not going to ask him
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
don't do
I'm not
don't
gonna,
do
I'm
that.
not going to ask.
Thank you, Craig.
I'm not going to. Sorry, Blabs.
That's very desperate sounding, Blabs.
You said ask Keen that?
Yeah, that'd be so funny. Dead by Daylight.
It's the strangest person to ask to
It's
play.
desperate.
Dead by
It sounds
Daylight
desperate.
ever. Like,
No, let's play
Yeah.
a game.
Nah.
Okay, well, I
Of all
won't
the
be doing
You're
people
that.
just a
we've-
bunch of haters. It's fine.
just of all the people we've had on that have played games like for a living, you asked Keemstar to play Dead by
Yeah.
Daylight. Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's
I'm
weird.
I'm not going to do that, Blabs. But I appreciate it.
Fine.
Hey, you guys have been really awesome this morning. Appreciate it as we hashtag monetize the haters today. Robin Wheels came in with the 10 pounds off the bat. Says this is to once again put two fingers up to Phil. Thank you so much, Rob. Appreciate that. Kyle came in with the looks like chickens and pickles. Rob, is it?
Of course, yes.
Maybe
okay,
it's just a bunch of cocks.
That's something with me. Don't worry.
tell me
Do you
more.
care to explain? I mean, I'm interested.
Oh, well, many moons ago, I unboxed a Xbox One. It was Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, and I decided to put a pickle in there, or a cucumber, actually, and eat it seductively in the video. Don't ask why. It just happened. It also had Richard Simmons in the video. That's
He was
it.
physically there in the video because people
No.
don't know where he is nowadays. Do you know where he is, Mr. Simmons?
No, like, what the hell? Didn't he, like, make an appearance recently, though? Like,
I
he
don't know.
kind
I
of
thought he was missing.
The last I saw him, he was on a late night show, and they treated him real bad, and then he disappeared after that. Like, never was to be seen again. Like
Well,
they,
dude,
and when I say bad, I mean like they hit him. Like,
oh my
bad.
God.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, dude's been in the limelight for, like, God, how many years? 40 plus years?
My
Like,
grandma loved the guy before I was like even born.
being
Rich,
in the
I got good news for you.
Oh my god.
What's going on here?
Okay, wait. That's a cucumber.
Yes.
That is not just a pickle. That is a massive cucumber.
Yeah, I corrected myself. It is a massive cucumber. It was actually, very refreshing. Nope, it's not what you think it is. Keep going. I promise you. I promise you. It's okay. It's okay. Watch. It's just
God.
It is just a man taking a bite of a cucumber. There's nothing wrong. There is nothing wrong with that.
You were smacking yourself in the face with that cucumber.
Well, that's how you clean it.
That took it to another level, mate.
Listen,
yo,
yeah, God, man, look at my production value. It was S tier back then. Purple room.
Wait, where did Travis go? Travis, where are you going?
The funniest part about that, I was trying to click something, and he came up, and I'm like, oh, and I accidentally clicked off and closed the
accidentally.
Oh my God!
Contrary to what Phil Burnell says, I wasn't blowing the cucumber.
Okay,
mostly.
I'll be honest. It kind of looked like you were blowing that cucumber.
It was no. I would call it a really impassioned bite, which teeters on that. We'll go with that.
Hey, there are people who will pay a lot of money to see somebody blow a cucumber.
Listen, I'm gonna open an OnlyFans, and it's gonna be cucumber oral all day.
Only TheQuartering.
Who wouldn't want to pay to see that? Come on.
See, I mean, there's people out there who want feet pics, and now I'm learning that people want to watch people blow cucumbers. It's a revelation today.
It's a thing. There's a thing called cake farts.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you this right now.
Wait. Nobody asked Travis what that meant. Go ahead, please, Craig. Let's move on.
When I was like, hey, I'm going to bring back side scrollers. This is the moment that I was waiting for. This moment right here.
Wait,
Wait, to have a middle-aged man seductively eat a cucumber on your show?
Oh, this is premium content
Do you
right
have
here.
a cucumber with you? Is that part of the plan too?
That's weird, Craig.
It's a joke. It's all right.
No, we're going to take this and run with it. Imagine,
Please.
right? Imagine this. Ready? 7 years ago. We have Craig saying, man, really, I miss those old days when I was like a king of the internet. I'm just adding this, all right? Embellishing. Sure. All right, this is my story, Craig.
Yeah, sure. Hold on. Hold on. I got this. You be my inner voice. Here you go. Here you go.
One day, I will return to the internet. I know exactly what I need. I need a middle-aged man shoving a giant cucumber in his mouth and then taking a very seductive, more seductive than that. I really need it ultra seductive. I need it smacking it in the face seductive. Just loving that smack. I need to smack harder. Really just smack. Yes. I need to feel the pain. I need to feel that smack across my cheeks.
No,
you're not going to do it?
No, I'm not going to do it? I'm not going to slap me, all right?
I'm going to pay Adam I'm going to sell it as merch. I'm going to pay Adam to do an audio book for a cucumber sex book.
You know what? I'm available.
on the merch store coming soon.
Hey, Duty came in, says, Rich, take off the shirt and I'll donate birds. Rich, you don't listen.
Whoa. Look.
Okay, you have to see Adam. He'll have to understand all the lore. So there's another.
Please,
I'll make it a 2-sentence thing, so we're not here forever. I unboxed the Galaxy Note 7 shirtless, and it turned into like, Rich, remember you got shirtless with the Note 7? I'll pay you money to get shirtless during my live streams. So now people donate $50 and I get shirtless for a half an hour. So I'm a fat middle-aged cucumber eating stripper as well.
You keep saying like, oh yeah, a little tidbit of lore, and it's like, wow, that's
there it is. Jesus Christ, man, you got the quick yes. So
okay,
that came from that. Those are really hairy man titties, and keep in mind too, coincidence, but that phone had to be recalled because they kept on blowing up. Samsung had to do a recall.
It was that phone.
It was that phone, the Note 7. So that was probably because of my breasts.
Well, you should be grateful it didn't explode and light your chest hair on fire.
Yeah,
that would have been a great video for the internet, though.
My chest hair would have lit on fire. My chest hair also caused the batteries to expand and explode. So, Samsung, I'm sorry.
If we could just get, I'm just saying, the Legion of Memers are spectacular. If we can just get Rich, his chest hair on fire, just take this right here, and you're good. Just right here, just all on fire. That'd be great.
And maybe a little, text bubble that says, "I'm sorry, Samsung,"
or a little Blab's
or
head.
This is all my fault.
A little Blab's head in the corner saying, "Tits usually cause explosions."
Lord,
what were you gonna say, Rich?
No, I was gonna say when I walk out to box the quartering, that's what I'll do. I'll light my chest hair on fire to make a good entrance.
We're gonna get into that really shortly. But let's get through these super chats.
More about that.
Right. Hi, Guy. Thank you so much for the 6 somethings. I don't know what that is, but we appreciate the support this morning. Thank you very much. QTV's felony charge says, Rich, I hope your shoulders are relaxed.
Buckle up. You're going to be in for.
Is this another little lore tip, or
no? This isn't lore. My audience is insane. So they're going to be here. And
I am curious though. Are your shoulders relaxed? Are you relaxed right now?
Yes, and my anus is relaxed too.
That's wonderful to hear.
I didn't ask for that, but thank you.
Both. It comes from the same thing. Salvatore Ganacci.
Does that have anything to do with the cucumber?
No.
Okay, good. Was never good to know.
I was wondering what happened to the cucumber. Anyway.
He ate it.
All right.
I ate it.
Yeah, the one.
Did you eat the entire cucumber though? Just curious.
No, I threw it out after that. I don't really like cucumbers.
Skip came in and says, "Oh, go ahead."
Rich on side scrollers is an explosion of satisfaction. That is another Phil saying.
The
Has he said that about you?
Vlogs?
No, okay. He was saying that about Street Fighter when Lil Wayne was going to be on there, and he said my explosion of satisfaction for Lil Wayne.
Wow.
Like we have so much to talk about today, so we got to get through these super chats. And guys, thank you very much for the support. I'm going to read all these, and if we can not divert every single time, no, it's us. Otherwise, we're going to be sitting here doing this all day, which is amazing. Because we got to talk about the quartering, we got to talk about DSP, we got to talk about the whole thing. The Wandering Travel Blog says, "Welcome, Rich, and I hope you guys are having an amazing day. Have a beer on me, and we can get some oohs for Adam." Sorry, Adam.
Oh, look, he froze.
Maximals says, "Why did you lie about surgery from Albany?" I don't know what that means.
You know what? Let's just go right into it. There is a rumor that's going around that has been going around that because I've lost weight, which I put some of it back on, but I'm still not 420 pounds, that I got gastric bypass surgery. I don't know where the fuck that came from. I did not get it. I don't know what I could show to prove. I don't even know where the scar would be. I will get buck ass naked. Blabs, I'm sorry, but
why does anybody care?
Because they think I'm lying about it. They think because I lost a significant amount of weight.
It's another fucking business,
But I'm like, I don't care. I had to block someone because they named a doctor that I didn't go to, and I'm like, this poor guy's going to start getting phone calls and shit, And people are weird, man.
Yeah, the internet's like a fucking weird, strange place.
Eden came in and says the Note 7 with Samsung marketing a grenade. It was an explosive success. By the way, I'm gonna keep going on these guys as we and I want to make
exploded.
Right. Yeah, I'll tell you. I'm going to if there's a super chat that is pertinent to what we're talking about, I'll read it off. In the meantime, I'm going to hold off these till the end of the stream. And because a lot of them are welcoming you on, and it's great. So okay, guys, thank you very much. Okay, so Rich, let's get into this, man. I don't want anyone to be waiting any longer for the fun topics that we have today. So look,
oh boy,
the big. Okay, what do you want to? Do you want to start with DSP? Do you want to start with the quartering? Where do you want?
Whatever you want to start with. I'll have plenty to say about every single thing you just mentioned.
Okay, so let's start with the quartering.
Yeah,
and we'll get to the DSP stuff. So talk about this. You've challenged the quartering to a fight, or how did this come about?
Here is the thing. At night when I live stream, I get really stoned, and after I'm done, when I'm trying to get into bed, I go and just talk a lot of shit on Twitter. I'll usually tell my editor to put a bird up my ass or whatever the case may be. Now, for some reason, wires in my head kind of short-circuited, and one of the stupid posts they put up is that I would box the quartering and get a physical to do it. Why I did that, I have no idea. Was I serious? No, but what the fuck? I put it up because I just shit post all the time and think after I post, which is probably awful. He actually quote tweeted it and made it serious and accepted, and it's accelerated from there. And I'm like, all right, I'll do it. Like, let's go. So I talked to Keem yesterday, and it seems that he's taking it serious. I hear he's working with a professional trainer. Like, I don't know, I guess he's jogging in soft sand somewhere, getting his ass slapped, getting his cardio up, apparently.
Wait, when you say you mean the quartering is taking this seriously?
Yes.
Okay. How tall are you?
I'm 5'10". He's 6'4". I knew he was tall, and maybe I heard that before, to be honest with you, but I was like, Keem told me the air, so I'm like, he must have like double the reach of me because I'm 5'10". So I'm like, how is that going to work? And I there's techniques that do work. So I'm like, all right, as long as they're, because that means his reach is significantly longer than mine. But
have you been training at all?
I've been working out, but I'm going to start training. I'm actually calling a place that's local to me that actually teaches boxing. So,
well, I know you tweet pictures of yourself or video of yourself like in the gym walking and I don't know, give us a rundown of like what your training is, because if we're going off of the Boogie Wings fight, right? It seems like one guy took it seriously, the other guy was just marketing. So, and he tried, but he clearly didn't train. I don't know. Give us a rundown of like what your training looks like. And is this fight actually going to happen?
I'm in. The only thing I'll say, and I'm sure you guys, because I've seen you roast the quartering before, is usually the quartering is very, like, he would have made 17 videos on this already,
right?
At least he's not doing that. And now, could it be that he's just trying to do 4D chess and trying to keep stealth? And next thing I know, you'll have a six-pack and be Rocky Balboa. Maybe. I don't think so, but maybe. So I'm just going to take it at face value that he's serious about it and assume he is, because you don't want to underestimate your opponent.
Do you have any sort of athletic background?
Not in the fucking slightest.
Okay.
But I used to actually be in very good shape, like with weightlifting and stuff. And that's what I've been doing again. I've been doing 45 minutes of cardio on the elliptical. I do it at like 14, which is a fairly high setting for, and I've been doing weight machines. I'm going to get back into free weights. I'm actually going to be training with someone who I know is a weightlifter too. So whether or not it happens with the quartering, I want to do it anyway, because it's time to completely defat myself. So even if it doesn't happen with the quartering, it was time for my fat ass to get back to the gym. So this was the good spark to go up my ass, or fire to light me up,
Well, so what do you weigh right now?
I am 320.
Okay. And when you started doing your stuff, what did you weigh? Have you lost any weight?
I don't know, because I didn't check myself when I first started, which was stupid, but I didn't.
Right. Well, I think that's when you look at like the Boogie Wings fight, right? They had, Wings said he lost close to 40 pounds leading up in 6 to 8 weeks leading up to it. Yeah. And he moved too. I think that's the biggest thing is, do we know if Jeremy has any athletic background? Was he any athlete at any time in his life? Do we know that?
I have no idea. I know his feet don't look great.
Ew, yeah. Ew.
Yeah,
I mean, and I'm not even saying that from to be a dick. I'm saying that because he has to be some kind of health issue. Like, I don't know. Like, that's not normal for feet to look purple and have welts on them.
You said you're gonna go to a nearby place to get taught boxing. Are you going to purposely speak to people who have boxed people who are much taller than them and have much longer reach, so you get that perspective?
Yes. Matter of fact, Keemstar was saying it to me because after he says, like, look, there are techniques. He's like, right. I couldn't because I streamed right after. He was like, look up YouTube videos, right? When you go off the phone with me, where people who had, like, if you have a shorter reach, how you could actually, there's techniques that you can do. So that's what I'm going to have to go in. Especially, I'll tell the trainer, like, look, I'm going to be fighting someone with a longer reach, probably significantly than me, unless the quartering has stubby arms. I don't know, maybe be like fighting a pterodactyl. I don't know, but
no, I've hung out with him in real life, and he's a tall guy. I mean, he's large, but he's proportionately boned, I guess, right? And just like he's a 6'4". He's a pretty tall guy though. Like I'm 6'1", and he came off as tall to me. So.
Oh shit. Okay. All right. Yeah. So that's what I'm going to have to practice is like, being someone with much less reach. It is a possible thing, but I'm going to have to go into it, the training with that, and let the trainer know.
It sounds like you need to take the Rocky Balboa approach, where Rocky Balboa fought Anthony Tarver in like the 6th movie in the Rocky franchise, and he's old and shit, and he can't, like, the whole idea behind Rocky in that film was he's not fast. He's outreached, and the whole idea was he needed to drop bombs. He needed to just work on the laying wood into the guy, and that was the whole idea of how he was going to be able to compete. So I think, and that's the one thing you do have going for yourself. If you can use your weight as an advantage, that's actually nobody wants to get hit by a 300-pound dude. Just being real, right? Nobody wants to. So we were talking about the Wings versus Boogie fight, and Wings was unloading on a guy who weighs 400 pounds. So his jabs are jabs plus 400 pounds coming at you. That's a lot. That's a lot of weight coming at you. So I think you go for the body in the matchup. You don't go for the knockout. You go for the body. You go for the ribs. You go to take his breath away, and you keep your hands up, because that's the one thing that Boogie didn't do. Boogie had his hands down here the entire time instead of having his hands up. So I don't know, man. It's interesting. The fact that it started with a Twitter post. And have you had any conversation with like Jeremy about this at all, or has it been public? Have you had any private conversations about this?
Now, if I'm thinking back, we actually talked and we DM'd, and he talked about the height difference. Didn't realize to the degree that it was going to be. And that was really it. Like it wasn't. I know him and I are not on the best of terms, to put it lightly, but it was a normal, pleasant conversation, and that was really all we went into. All I know is that from what I'm hearing is that he has a trainer, and he's taking it very serious. If that's true, I don't know. I'm not a fly in his wall, so.
There's also something to be said for somebody being much larger, having so much confidence going into a fight. He's going to be overconfident for sure because he's so much taller.
Yeah. So if I don't underestimate him and make sure I go in there ready to go, that could be an advantage with having the right mentality. So
when do you think this fight would take place, if it were to take place?
Probably like very late this year, like maybe October around.
Okay.
Which is fine with me because it'll give me more time to train anyway.
Right. I mean, if you took this seriously, realistically, you could probably, let's see, where we May right now, May. So that's what, 4 months from now. I think you could probably drop, I don't know, 20 to 30 pounds and put on, 10 to 15 pounds of muscle. I mean, as far as from dropping that much fat versus and gaining that much muscle, I think you absolutely could do that. But the big thing is eating right. Are you eating right?
Absolutely. Yes, I am again.
Good.
I've been cutting back on carbs. Make sure I eat light later in the day. Watching my portions more, which I slipped on, obviously. But but I've been doing that again. So yeah, I've been watching what I eat. Stay, eating lean meats and things like that too. So
good.
Did you ever fight when you were a kid, like in high school or anything?
Close to it, but I've never actually gotten to an actual fight.
Do you think you'd be able to take on Mike Tyson because he's old?
Yes. Oh my God. Yeah, man. I would just be able to, run around him and kick him in the kneecaps. That was,
So at least we know you're not that delusional, huh?
Biter.
Yeah, man. Listen, Phil it would be a TKO and Phil would win.
Oh man. So okay, well let's put a wrap on the Jeremy side of things and then the quartering. Like I said, I've only DM'd with Jeremy a couple times. We never actually spoke in person, never hung out. I don't know. I really don't have a dog in this race or a pony in the race, but I do. Whenever I see people who are going to fight, I want them to at least take it seriously. And it sounds like you're taking this seriously. And it sounds like Jeremy's taking it seriously, even though nothing has officially been announced yet.
Yeah, nothing's officially. Obviously, you're like probably like late June or July. You're gonna have to go for the physical and all that stuff. So I don't know if anything's going to be announced at that point. Until that point, so.
But
I
you,
do. Sorry,
but
I do. Go ahead. Sorry.
But this is definitely done through. This would be done through Keem's promotion.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Well, that's what I was just going to add on to. I think getting prepared ahead of time before it's a public thing or before there's even a contract or whatever, you could ask for more money potentially because you guys are both more prepared. It'll be a better fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just a little negotiation never hurt nobody.
Very true.
Cool. Are you from a business perspective? Would you want to fee up front, or would you want to take a little bit of the gate or any of the sales for it? Is it? Are we talking this? Yeah. I mean, has it gotten this far as this being like a free thing or a pay-per-view thing? And do we have any idea what the thought is on this?
I think it's going to probably be handled the same way Wings and Boogie was, and I think that's essentially what's going to happen. And in terms of, we would probably go with like advertisers and stuff from there, because I'm sure it'll get plenty of eyes on it. I mean, even the Wings and Boogie fight got plenty of eyes on it. I know Jeremy has a very active, very big base on his platform, so that alone would bring in plenty of people.
Right, naturally. Well, it should be exciting to say the least. And I hope that obviously you continue your hard work as far as eating right and training hard and stuff. That'll be very exciting to see your transformation over the next 3-4 months.
One thing that I'm seeing from all of this though is the positive benefit. People realizing that being big is unhealthy, and whether or not they do the fight or even the fact that they're doing the fight, whatever. Like when we were talking to Boogie, like I don't think he was taking it as serious as he should have. But if he's actually making steps to be healthier, and seems like you're making steps to be healthier, and you said it's time to
being fat. Being fat is not okay. When I was at my biggest, which I was like at least 420, and that might be nice. Conservative.
This was before the gastric bypass.
Yeah, this was before the gastric bypass in Albany by Dr. Sanjay Gupta.
Right.
No, but okay, like, dude, I used to even go around like coals, man, and my feet would be on fire. Like doing basic stuff when you're that big is, a task, and you don't even realize it. Like getting off the couch, like I said, I put some weight back on, but I'm still nowhere near my biggest at all. But I was tough for me to get off a couch, and those are things you don't think about until you can do them. And it's like, wow, I was living like this, and this was normal.
Well, let's turn from one fight that could happen to a guy I think you probably also want to fight, and that's Darkside Phil. If that fight came up, would you fight Phil?
No, I don't want to fight Phil. I don't.
That was not the question.
Okay.
He said, "Would you?" Not do you?
Because I don't hate Jeremy either. He's really pissed me off before. I used to hate him, don't anymore. But I'd like to be in a ring with him. That would be entertaining. Phil is like my show. It's like 90 Day Fiance. It's like, Phil is my 600-pound life. He's my reality TV show. Mm-hmm. So I don't hate him. He's like a science experiment that you just can't stop staring at.
That seems to be the common theme with pretty much all his viewers and all detractors, is that it's such a train wreck you just can't stop watching.
He has no self-awareness. He has no self-awareness whatsoever.
Yeah, you don't have to tell me that. Jeez.
So if the opportunity arose and let's just say Keem was to come to you and be like, hey, listen, I got $50,000 a piece for you. You guys fight. What do you say?
Yeah. For $50,000, sure.
Well, DSP's turned down $50,000 before from Keem, so
I have a conspiracy theory as to why.
Oh, tell us more.
Do tell.
I think everything with him and WWE champions is true. I think everyone here believes that as well. If he got a money drop like $50,000 and he started begging again on his streams, that would just be the final nail in the coffin. Whereas if he kind of piecemeals the money in bags, he could do the whole I'm in dire straits thing, even though he just spent, someone thinks, like almost $3,000 on WWE. So I think beyond the fact that Phil is socially inept and can't work with other people, which is a big part of it too, if he got a big bag of money, it would be burned through real quick. Yeah, publicly. If he got a big bag of money like that and it was burned through, he couldn't cry poor anymore.
That's a good point.
I think you're 100% right. And the funniest part about it is I think he wants the money so bad, but if he takes it, he'll get caught up, like you said, because it'll be gone in a heartbeat. Because he can't help but to spend it on that.
Or the government would want it, because he probably owes
that.
That's a good point too.
He basically admitted to tax fraud on our show. So just kind of weird.
I think that everything you said, Rich, makes a ton of sense, except for the fact that I don't think he thinks that far ahead. Because
he's not that smart.
When you ask him, you say, what does the next 6 months look like for you? Would you have a business plan? He goes, nope. Like, he's not thinking about he's not thinking about the consequences of this. What does it look like if somebody hands me $50,000 to do a show or a fight or whatever it may be? I don't know. I just don't think he thinks that far in advance. And I think everything you said sounds way too logical. And it's a good theory, but just based off of the track record, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But
with him, yeah, it doesn't, because you saw, it was amazing watching like that. I ended up getting less sleep because I saw you on. So I'm like, oh shit, I have to watch this. And you saw the Phil brain filter, where you type one thing and he literally sees something else. Like, what are you, like, he did that to me with an email. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I showed it on my stream. Like, how did you get that from that? And it's just like, it's like frustrating and baffling. It's like, how do you, like, he literally thought Critical was saying, wow, he was so brave for streaming after he masturbated. Like, no, dude, he wasn't. He was being sarcastic. Like, how did you even take it as that?
It's one of them things. It doesn't happen immediately too with Phil. It takes a minute for it to like transmute to this other thing. Because at first he said exactly what Craig said on his stream, and then as his opinion changed, he like morphed reality. And I always call it, he lied to himself so much until he convinced himself it was true, and now it's his reality. You know,
people living with delusions often do that to them in their head. They're reliving something, and every time they relive it, they alter it slightly to favor themselves. Yeah. And you could see this with Phil very clearly, how much that he will. It's because he's on a stage trying to convince his audience that he's the victim. Like, I need these people to believe that I'm the victim, so I'm going to keep retelling the story. And eventually, I'm going to get to this point where I am the victim. I am the victim now. I truly believe I'm the victim. I really think Phil believes that we wanted to shit on him in our interview.
Right
now. Like, thinking 2 months ago, like, he was telling us how fair it was and how he was totally fine with it, and that it was a great interview and he enjoyed it and was looking forward to coming on again. Like, how did you go from that to this? Oh, right, because you couldn't victimize yourself to beg for more money from the audience.
I think,
dude.
He was hoping. Oh, I'm sorry to cut you off.
Go ahead, Rich. It's you, baby.
He was hoping that this, when he came on Side Scrollers, because he was a fan of Craig, that from Screw Attack, that it was going to be like a softball interview, like you were going to ask him just about games and stuff like that. No, Phil, they're going to, whatever your brand is, just like you brought up the cucumber shit before, that's part of my brand. You're to interview someone, you're going to ask about the stuff that's relevant with them. 95% of Phil's brand is begging. You're going to ask about that. You can't just skirt over it,
And, well, the first 5 minutes of the show, he was talking about how he wanted that interview to be that one that would clear all of the confusion up. All of the detractors can go watch that interview and have it all figured out, and everything's going to be squared away. And it's like, dude, he just dug a deeper hole. And the detractors were all sitting out there just laughing. They're like, see, we told you, watch Adam Craig in real time turn into one of us. I mean, that's what it felt like. Because I was just like, I'm not taking... Dude.
It's funny. He literally turned a ladder into a shovel.
Right. Literally. Well, I think the thing for me is, you know, when I reached out to Phil, it was meant to be just like a, you know, appearance, just be on the show. We'll, you know, talk about some gaming stuff, whatever. And then obviously it became larger than that. And then it was like, well, let's have this interview and let's, you know, what I told him was, let's address the elephant in the room. And he was like, what elephant are you talking about? And that should have been my first like, aha moment of like, right. And
red flag, yeah.
So we went in and did the interview, and I think in Phil's defense, I think what Phil is upset about, it's not the interview itself. It's the day after where we decompressed, because that's the one thing that
I decompressed.
Well, we all did. We all did.
Because but we weren't able to all talk together, right?
Correct. And that's the one thing that Phil, in his brain, he sees one broadcast to another, and he thinks that we spoke to each other in between then about what happened. And that's not the case. We saved it for the next day. And so we did the interview, and then we actually talked about the interview the following day, which I think is a very natural thing to do.
It was a 5-hour interview.
Right.
There's always an after show. Like there's shows that do after shows all the time.
We have one on Patreon every single day. We do a Patreon post show every single day, but it's different because Adam had to leave. He was getting ready to eat, and it gave us an opportunity to kind of dig into it. And he felt that we dug into him too hard, and he wasn't there to defend himself. And I don't think that that's very reasonable at all. He's like, well, Barbara Walters wouldn't do that. Why would Barbara Walters would have never done that? First off,
did he say that?
It was something. Well, I don't know if he said Barbara Walters, but it was something along those lines. But
Walter Cronkite would have never done that to him,
right? And it's like Barbara Walters didn't have a daily podcast to talk about things, you know, and like,
right.
And Barbara Walters didn't have on people who masturbated on the internet either.
That is a very valid point.
Well, so you know, he's upset about the next day, and he felt that we dug into him too far. And as I showed in the emails, I was very transparent with him. Hey, man, we're frustrated. We came into this, and the thing about talking about it, giving us a day to think about what happened, I think that made us more angsty going into that next day, you know, to talk about it, be like, man, that was really frustrating. And I was nothing but transparent with Phil the entire time. And it shows in the emails. And the thing that drove me most crazy was the fact that I showed these emails, and I showed him talking, then I showed the emails that were sent, and I don't know how, like, it just goes back to the idea of like, I don't know how you can tell Phil, like, go like, look, this is a Sharpie marker. And he's like, no, actually it's a blue crayon, you know? And
you can't convince him otherwise. He sees the blue crayon, and there is nothing. God himself could come down and say, Phil, that is a black Sharpie. Be like, no, it's not.
Right. And what's fascinating is that was meant to be a one-time thing. And I have accepted the idea that side scrollers will be connected to DSP for a good while. And I think that's, you know, it's not a bad thing at all. Like I said, I think a lot of the detractors, not all of them, but I think a lot of the detractors and people who watch Phil on a day-to-day basis, they watch him with good intentions, and that they honestly, like I said, not all, most. I think most want Phil to succeed, but they can't stop watching him because he just keeps getting in his own way. And had I known we'd have 2 months of content out of this one interview, I mean, Jesus Lord.
Yeah,
I mean,
welcome to Phil. I could, like, here is the thing that people, because Phil's like, oh, Rich, you're riding my coattails. Like, look, I always get content from Phil because Phil just trips over himself multiple times a day on a daily basis. But if Phil left the internet, I would be okay. But he just is just fascinating. Like I said, he's like a show to everybody. I don't want to see Phil fail, but I kind of am indifferent either way. Maybe that sounds fucked up, but you know, He's just
Well,
something.
I said this yesterday. If the drama were to disappear, DSP would disappear.
Yes.
He would go into a small little corner of the internet and continue to beg, and the people who follow him now and actually still support him somehow would stay there with him, sure. But on the minds of the average internet, it's probably not on the mind of the average internet user or internet enjoyer, I should say. But in certain circles, everyone knows about DSP. I mean, I didn't know about him until Craig told me we were going to interview him, but
and
I
it's
still
because,
kind of wish I didn't.
And it's because of the shit show. And if the shit show goes away, like say, and here's the thing: even if Phil wakes up tomorrow and he's self-aware, he's not funny. So like the audience that tunes in for his humor that he does without even realizing it, they would go away because Phil would he would have like his yuck jokes and people would be like, yeah, this is boring now. You're self-aware. Goodbye. So he still makes a living because the fact that he lacks self-awareness.
The craziest part about the whole thing was Adam and Craig told him their opinions before we cut that interview. Everything we said the next day, they said to his face. Okay. The only people that didn't was me and Blabs, but that's because we were busy working, doing other things. Okay. And now, of course, we're going to say our opinion, but our opinion wasn't like so different than Adam and Craig's opinion. So like,
I think I said like two things. That's
exactly.
it.
What did we say that was so offensive the next day? Nothing. That
I mean,
wasn't already said.
To be fair, I was rather sharp because I had lost all my patience through the 5 hours. By the end of that 5 hours, I was so exhausted and fucking hungry that if I didn't get some food in me, I would have. I don't know. I probably would have snapped at him because I was just getting fed up with being fed lies. Like I don't have patience for that shit. I'm almost 40. I've dealt with fucking liars in my life, and I don't have fucking time for that shit. Like, nah. If you're gonna fucking bullshit me, like, get the fuck out of my life. I don't need to deal with that shit. And this is a professional liar here. So all I was doing was just all I was doing. Well, I was being polite to him.
Right.
Me and Craig gave him every opportunity there is in existence to clear his name, like he said he wanted to do. But all he was really trying to do is just convince the world that he is correct, that his lies, that his delusional world that he has built up around himself with that has a barrier between him and the detractors. This is the little bubble that you must believe. That's the only thing that matters to him. That's all he wanted, was to convince us to believe him. And I was like, I wasn't having it.
He wanted this interview that he had with Side Scrollers to be an advertisement, not an interview.
That's correct.
Well, I heard that continuously. Well, people were like, why would all he's looking to do is grift off your audience and expose your audience to what he does so they'll come over and give him money. I heard that from, I don't know, probably a dozen times from different people. And they're like, why are you doing this? Right. And so I think that may have been an objective, but at the end of the day, once again, isn't that ultimately like why you appear on shows, right? Is to talk about things and expand your audience and cross promote.
Yeah,
I mean, I get it from that perspective, right? By the way, I do have a poll up in the chat, and this is for everybody because, like I said, I thought the majority a majority of people want what's best for Phil.
Wow.
I am wrong. It says, detractors, do you ultimately, in your heart of hearts, want to see DSP succeed? Right now, 2 out of 3 people, 67% say no.
I'm indifferent. I just want to see what happens. I don't wish him ill will, but it's just whatever.
I voted yes. I voted yes because I want everyone to succeed. I want everyone to live a happy, successful life. I don't want anyone else to be delusional and lie about themselves to themselves. I want everyone to be able to see reality and level up in life. I think that should be a general feeling amongst humans, and we have lost that shit. It is all about me, everything.
That's very true.
Everything's it's just a selfish world. No one gives a shit about help. I don't want to say no one, because there's some real ones out there that will help anyone that needs it. Okay, and we're seeing it, right? And so I don't want to lose. I'm not losing faith in humanity, but I do feel that society is built, advertisements is built, the algorithms are built to help you spend money on yourself and reinvest in yourself, which isn't necessarily bad. I'm not saying being everyone should be selfish a little bit. You got to be a little selfish to take care of your health. You got to be like, I'm selfish. I want to take care of me first. Like, you got to clean your house before you judge others, right? That's what Jordan Peterson is saying. People don't like him, but I don't care. He's right. You should have your own shit in order before you start judging others, right? Yeah. It's like, you got to be a little bit of selfish for that. But then
it doesn't matter who said it. That's a valid point.
Exactly.
The general thought in the chat is like, yeah, you're right, Adam, except for Phil.
Right? I think that people have reached a limit with Phil, but when we were talking,
give too much.
When we were talking earlier about him, when you go on other shows to cross promote and all that, I think there's an element of that. See, and what Rich said earlier, he wants to go on and shape his reality. So if he gets in front of eyes, right, the more eyes he gets in front of and get to believe just 10% of what he's saying. 10% here, 10% there, 10% there. Now he's shaping his own reality to these people. And if he can start it off as these people who said this are liars, and that's the perspective that people are first introduced to him as, now he's shaping it as a positive thing for him in his mind. I think that's why he did this.
Well, I think that this is a conversation that will continue till the giant atom bomb is dropped, and then we all are nuked, because it's such a fascinating thing. And
he definitely. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Continue, Rich. Go ahead.
He definitely can use therapy, but if someone said for him to get these, like, I can't. I work too much. I'm like, Phil, you can't get the therapy like I couldn't get to the gym. Like, stop. You can get there. It's just that you don't want to have that mirror put in front of you. And I understand, but you need it, dude.
I'm going to read a definition real quick.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering if I should read the definition before I tell you guys what it is. I am.
Go ahead.
I'm going to tell me who this is. False beliefs about one's power, wealth, intelligence, or other grand traits that are not true. People who experience this have a high self-esteem and insist on their importance, despite proof that says otherwise. It can be the result of a psychosis or a break from reality, which is often a defining symptom of severe mental health disorders like schizophrenia or bipolar disorder. It can also be a quest in divinity, original sin too. That is the definition of delusions of grandeur.
Oh,
you mean grandeur?
You mean grandeur?
I don't
think Phil was saying that to joke. I think he really.
I think so too. I think he really means,
like he says Twitter. I don't know why he says it like that, but he says Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter. I'm telling you, he thought that's how you say grandeur.
Well, no, but
I watched his.
But regardless, though, the definition is exactly what I was thinking. He really believes he's got this high sense of self that he is above reproach. Well, like, you can't test him. You can't question his worldview. It is truth. And then if you question it, that fight or flight will trigger in him. And I said it during the show to his face. I said, I'm shocked you're still here. I'm honestly props that you're still here dealing with this pushback right now, because he rolled with it. And I was giving him props the next day when we were shitting on him. Right. I was actually giving him props. I'm like, I can't believe he stayed through all of me pushing back on him, because I didn't stop. I didn't, go light on him. I was freaking press X. I was slamming the X button for doubt. Shout out to the meme makers out there.
So isn't this the perfect example? He pronounces the word a certain way, and it's right regardless if the rest of the world says he's wrong. The entirety of the internet, everybody, his teachers, everybody who's ever taught him in life, every TV show that's ever said grandeur, every movie, they're all wrong. But
that's
Phil
the
is
beauty.
Right.
That's the beauty of what he's actually saying is pronounced wrong. It's actually that's the false belief that you've got. That's your false belief of intelligence.
Yes.
You're
the perfect example.
It's hilarious. Hilarious.
I'll tell you what, if everybody wouldn't mind while you guys are watching, doing us a favor, hit the thumbs up button while you guys are watching. Right now we have 269 thumbs up. If we get to 500, Rich said he'll be blowing bubbles for everybody, which will be really
out of a cucumbber.
Yes. Hollow out the cucumber and blown bubbles out of it.
He hollowed it out with his tongue. He did it with his tongue. He told us before the show. I know I said I wasn't going to tell everybody, but I'm excited.
And if you guys are new to the show, we do the show every single Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Central Time. Hit the subscribe button. We'd love for you guys to join us. Coming up today at 1 o'clock in about an hour from now, I'm going to continue my Mario Funathon. I'm in the process of playing through every mainline Mario game. We're on Mario 3, moving on to Mario World. I'd love for you guys to join us in about an hour from now once this show is complete. All right. I'll tell you, let's get to some super chats because we got a lot of folks coming in, and there's a lot of really good talking points from here. So let's go and read these off. Dag says, "Hey everyone, will you be discussing DSP?" No,
not at all. Not at all.
Who's that?
Vanguard says, "Meaningful content. Rich level 42, Phil level 1." What do you think of that meme, Rich? I think that's one of the best metaphors ever for that. I think that. You can talk about Keemstar all you want, but I think he nailed that metaphor.
Yeah, because Phil is his own worst enemy. Like I said, he puts out the spike strip in front of his car, purposely drives over it, and then complains about his tires being flat. He just stays in the same. I wanted to give him a goddamn computer just to get it out of my house because selling desktop computers is a pain in the ass. I could just be like, "Hey, Phil, pay shipping, I'll send it to you." He made a big fucking conspiracy theory about it, and he didn't end up getting the computer. He is the most self-sabotaging person I have ever met.
Wait, what? What are you talking about?
Okay,
of course, it would have to be something like that because nobody would ever help him because it would have to be something bigger than that for him.
No, explain this, Rich. What was going on there?
So I'm literally still looking at the computer right now. Eventually, I have another friend up in Canada. I'm going to give it to. I have a desktop computer addiction. So I have another one over here that I'm not using, and I was like, you know what? I don't like selling desktop computers because shipping is always risky. And Phil was bitching about his computer. Like I said, I don't dislike Phil. I'm like, hey Phil, you pay shipping. I'll send you this computer. It has a Ryzen Threadripper in it. It's first gen, but it's a big step up from what he has. He made this whole conspiracy that I was trying to do it for a spectacle. I'm like, dude, I just don't fucking care.
Even if you are.
Wow.
Who cares? It's a free fucking computer, dude.
He was probably afraid you'd leak his address or something.
Like anytime anybody gives something away for free online as a giveaway, they're giving it away for views. I'm not saying that's what you were doing, but that's what people fucking do. Just take the goddamn computer and shut your
I have a
fucking
theory.
mouth.
I think I know his theory. Say it though. I'm curious.
Okay. DSP probably believes that you put some sort of malware on there just so you can get the information of WWE champions. You know it. He was gonna get that. So I don't know, the phone emulator, BlueStacks, whatever, and play WWE, and there was going to be some sort of screen capture device that you installed on it, so you can find out that he was up in the rafters or down from the rafters, or what was it, Craig? I don't remember.
Masturbating in the rafters.
You do review.
That's
tech,
it. Thank you.
so
yeah, I knew it.
You would know how to do that, right?
Got him. Admit it. Admit it live right now.
What? Yes, that's exactly what I was.
I knew it.
You were bugging.
What his detractors and I put together is that he just wanted the money, and he would have gotten a computer, but he would have gotten something for like $500. He would have gotten $2,000 from begging for it, and he would have pocketed the rest. That's probably that's what a lot of people think, and yeah, I kind of agree.
You're 100% right. He'd have bought a refurbished computer set. He bought one brand new for $3,000 and then kept the rest, spent it on WWE.
He doesn't get his computer's running his streams fine. I'm like, Phil, how about you update your computer now to Windows 10? Put an SSD in there. Ta-da! He would light himself on fire doing it, though, because he's an idiot.
Well, and like I said, Phil could never accept that somebody would just want to help him. Because it would have to be larger than that. Because
we already gave him that chance.
Yeah,
and so he proved it.
It would have to be some grand thing, like you said. It would just have to be. because his ego's too big.
All right. I'll be honest. I'm DSP'd out, guys. I'm DSP'd out. I don't want to talk about that fucking guy anymore. I'm so sick of it.
Yeah.
I want to know.
TSD.
I know we have some super chats, but Rich, like, I want to know, like, what do you like to do? What are you into? You know, obviously you do review tech stuff. Like, when did you start even getting into this kind of stuff? YouTubing.
Rich, before you answer that, I'm going to scroll the super chats on the bottom of the screen. Just know that we have read them and we greatly appreciate them, but we're going to continue the conversation as we go. If there's something that is definitely pertinent to what we're talking about, I'll make sure to bring it up. But in the meantime, just know that we see your super chats. And we greatly appreciate them. Thank you guys very much.
We do owe 1 balls, though. I saw.
Oh yeah, when we get to that,
we'll get to it.
Go ahead, Rich.
Yeah.
Oh God, what got me started on YouTube? Being bored shitless. I
really
broke up with my ex-girlfriend.
When was this?
Oh God, this is back in 2008. And I just started uploading for the fuck of it. I remember like I uploaded Dodgeball for the NES for a review.
What a great game.
It is a great game. I was trying to be Classic Game Room back then. I don't know who knows Classic Game Room, but that's how far we're going back. He stopped making YouTube videos a while ago. At least
so you've been on YouTube a long time.
I am an ancient old fuck. Yeah, I've been.
I've been 4 years.
It's been I've been doing YouTube for
since 199 the year
since 1942.
Yeah.
And I just kind of didn't expect anything from it. God, I'm going to sound like Phil right now. But anyway, I just kind of fucking did it just for the hell of it. Then I got laid off from IBM, so I had even more time. Katie Huck, I see you. And like in 2013, I was working a night shift job at a gym as a manager, and I was literally getting panic attacks every single day. It was horrible. And I just did the math. I'm like, wait a second, it's working out because I got partnered in 2011 that I could actually make more money on YouTube than this terrible job. And I took the plunge and I tried to do it. And now I'm here a decade later still doing it.
Yeah, if you're getting panic attacks at your job, it's not the place for you.
Yep, literally. There was one night I had like 3 or 4 of them. Like it was unreal. I can't handle third shift. So it was. Wow. I took the plunge and it worked out. I'm still doing it now, so I can't complain. I'm grateful.
Do you play video games? Are you a gamer?
Yeah, it's weird because I go through where I won't game for a while, and then I'll put like 500 hours in Elden Ring. So
awesome game.
Game.
Classy guy right here. All right.
It was weird because I'm going to go into the Quantum TV lore, but I won't go deep into it. Guy on YouTube, psychopath. He was telling people to kill themselves because they didn't like his review of Elden Ring because he completely fucked up the facts.
Wow.
So I tried the game out of interest because he's insane. And I ended up, it's now one of my favorite games of all time. Like, it's fantastic.
It really is. We could talk about this all day long with me. I mean, I love From Software. So are you looking forward to Armored Core? You know about Armored Core?
I'm going to give it a shot. I'm now a From Software fan. I want to play Bloodborne, but I'm holding off and hoping that there is going to be at least a remaster so the frame rate doesn't feel god awful.
I'm hearing rumors that it's coming to PC, and if it's coming to PC, they'll probably do like an update on the frame rates.
Was that the trailer that we watched a few streams ago? Armored Core?
I'm not sure if it was the last time Craig was gone or the time before that when I hosted. Yeah, but it was one of those. Yeah, we watched the Armored Core.
Yeah, that game
was
one.
I think when Craig was gone.
It was one of the times he was gone. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So you review tech, obviously, it's in your name.
Sometimes.
Of all the tech reviews that you have done, what has blown you away the most as far as just overall? You open the box and you're looking at the product. Obviously, you've done a lot of different products. What is a product that may be memorable or just blew you away?
If I'm gonna get cheap.
It could be anything.
So I would say when I went to the launches the PS4 and Xbox One, because that's first when I started YouTubing full time. So it was like a surreal experience.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I'm getting paid to do this shit. Like that's what it really sunk in for me at that point, even though I was full time in it for a few months.
Yeah.
And I would say the Steam Deck, because Valve finally made exactly what I was looking for in a device like that. And it's still, I've tried a whole bunch of competitors and nothing has held up to the Steam Deck, even though they're 4 times the price.
So the new Asus one, is that out yet? Or, the white one?
That's coming out.
It's not out yet. Okay.
No, it's going to be out mid-June. I'm mixed. I watched Linus Tech Tips review. I'm trying to avoid watching too many because I'm going to have to do a review on it and give my own take.
Mm-hmm.
I think Asus talked a lot more than it really can do. So I'll see. Maybe it'll impress me. The thing that's also great about the Steam Deck is its UI. When you go, Windows is not great on a handheld, no matter what you do to it. It's
true.
So what Valve figured out is how to make PC gaming console-like on a handheld. And
that's a good point.
Yeah. And that's what's the biggest selling point of the Steam Deck. Not only is it more affordable, it's easier to use, and I'm not Linus Tech Tips, but I know how to use Windows.
That makes sense, though. If they uniform everything, so when you switch from your computer to your handheld to whatever, and you know how to use it, that of course people are going to want that one because they already know how to use it.
And it's not like I'm sorry, Craig. What were you going to say?
Oh, I was gonna read some super chats whenever you guys have a stopping point.
Go ahead. I know
well,
you.
I want to add a little bit. I got the Steam Deck as well, and the one thing that I could say that I don't like about it is that there's no cloud connection with your Steam games on your PC. So if you're playing a game on your PC and you go play on your Steam, not all games. Some games there are, some games there aren't. So like 7 Days to Die, for example, there's a local file that it saves. And then if you play on your Steam Deck, you don't have that local file.
Oh.
Right. So it wouldn't, I couldn't play. So I have a 7 Days to Die game on my Steam Deck that I can't play actually on my PC. And I find that annoying.
Because if I play like Elden Ring, it's if I'm playing on like my PC, I have a PC.
Right.
If I'm playing on the desktop, I'm going over to my Steam Deck. It's so long as the cloud save went up there, I'm picking up right where I left off.
So I guess for cloud save games, but certain games that aren't.
Maybe there's some kind of local save that's proprietary to a certain game that you play.
That's what I'm thinking. With specifically 7 Days to Die, that was kind of annoying because I was like, oh man, I could play my game on my Steam Deck, and then I open up and there was no games. I'm like, oh man, what the hell? So that's good to know. That's good to know. I know Elden Ring works because that was the first game I put on my Steam Deck, and I was on my character. And I'm like, oh, this is awesome.
Yeah, and the thing with the competitors too, and I'll close with this because I know there's a lot of other stuff you guys got. It's
sure
for the price. They're like, oh, we have a more powerful chip with the competitors, and if you go watt for watt at the 15 watts, there's really not that huge of a difference, and so you can't touch the $399 Steam Deck right now can't be touched with anything out there. So that's why it's a game-changing device, no pun intended.
Yep. Yeah. You can't play Destiny 2 on it.
Which is bullshit.
Battle Eye. I agree. It's bullshit.
Maximus wants to know what the Big Cheese Crusade is.
Oh, wow. Just give me my 200. Yeah, there was a YouTuber a while back I had a fallout with over something. I don't even know what happened with that. If he was here and he could tell it, God bless. It's not, I just don't remember the details. There was something with the computer he was sending. I was promoting his channel at the beginning of my videos. It's not a good idea. With anybody. It's nothing, no shot at him. Just don't do that. It was a different time on YouTube. And we made our fallout public, which bit both of us in the ass. And the group that formed out of trolls, because I fed trolls back then, was the Big Cheese Crusaders. Because I was supposed to give him $200, just give me my 200 came from there. And that's where the Big Cheese, they were a troll group, kind of like the Sons of Kojima with Phil back in the day.
Oh,
how many folks do you feel have you crossed on the internet?
I was thinking this question.
It seems like it seems like you've had many relationships.
Yeah, I'm a confrontational guy. Yeah, there's been a few. Who are some that you're thinking of? So, and I'll name you the stories of all of them. I don't care.
I don't think we have time for that.
Yeah, I was gonna say that might take a while.
We'll need to come back with part two.
You can name one, and I could give you a 3-sentence. Well, Tommy Tellerico can't stand me. He literally told me I need to see a shrink. The irony of that coming from him. Pat and Ian can't stand me because me and my editor hurt their feelings on their bad take on Diablo Immortal back in 2018.
Trash game.
Yeah, exactly. And like we were polite in that video. Pat hated me because of that video, to the point he actually took a jab at me and made me Donkey Kong in one of his reviews.
Oh wow.
I can't imagine hating somebody over a review.
Dude,
Over
there's a lot of
meme.
people. Like, Craig, I'm sure you know, man. There's a lot of people on this fucking platform. They get like 10,000 subscribers. They think they're A-list Hollywood celebrity.
Oh man, listen, I'll tell you what. there's people who have far less than 10,000 subscribers who think they're A-list. You know, they think their poopy don't smell. And there's a big truth in that, man. And I think that's one of the things that, you know, after the last 17 years of doing this, seeing people, the rise and fall, it's fleeting, man. It's fleeting. And, you know, bringing it back to DSP once again, the fact that he's still doing what he's been doing for 17 years. I mean, hey, you got to marvel at it a little bit. It's pretty impressive. You know, he definitely has stayed in his lane.
I always say this in my streams because I'm borderline obsessed with and fascinated with, so we talk about him every day. Did he survive or does he refuse to leave?
I think there's a little bit of, yes, for sure. I definitely understand that.
Because if a restaurant ran the way Phil runs his business, they would be closed down. If a clothing store ran the way Phil runs his business, no one could shut Phil's YouTube channel down unless he did something to violate it. That's the thing. He went into $500,000 of bankruptcy. That's not a successful business. So
I 100% agree. 100% agree. Hey, Evan wants to know, he says, I don't follow dramas and stuff, but I don't know what the beef is between you and Jeremy. Do you guys actually have real life beef, or is it just all for the boxing match?
I kind of went into like how I think a lot of his stuff is super grifty and called him out on it.
He admits it though.
He's a premium grifter.
Yeah, he admits it.
So I called him out of that, and then he started to put out like misinformation that he got from trolls that I like scam my parents out of my house, which is not true. Like I don't take care of my kids. So it got kind of personal. Well, not kind, very. So it went downhill from there. But like we're civil now. Like he wished me the best with my daughter. I wish him the best with his dad. Like I don't want to, you know, I know that's hell going through that, having someone in the hospital. I know firsthand. So, you know, like we kind of evened out. I'll still do the boxing match. I'm 100% down, but you know,
you guys both have sympathy and empathy. I think when people lack that is when they are crazy. And I'm not going to say who. There's a few people online that lack that.
James was curious. Oh, real quick, we have $150 super chat. Balls.
50
balls.
Trap said it. Big balls.
Rich, I'm gonna need you to say balls for us.
Yes, please say balls.
Balls.
The greatest
That was
balls
good.
of them all.
Well, I don't think I was the greatest, Trav. It was good. I'll give you that, Rich.
It's part of a song.
Why? Why does he get to decide?
Why not?
Part of the
Why do you have to decide, Adam?
Practice my balls
You've got
more.
big balls.
You need to practice your balls more, okay? And not just the cucumbers.
I'm gonna play. I'll play with my balls after stream to get more.
Thank you.
Up to stuff.
Good. We need that. Balls.
Try Nate wants to know, says Phil mentioned the bankruptcy lawyer took the info from his tax return. That means he didn't just commit bankruptcy fraud, but also tax fraud by claiming $5,000 a month, business expense, and severely underpaying on his taxes.
And wire fraud because he had to send the money to the IRS.
How the fuck?
Thank you, Trident.
I mean, I have an editor and other overhead. He's just live streaming with a webcam that he got from 1998. Like, where the fuck is he getting $5,000 a month
I'll tell you what happened.
Doing.
The judge was an old man, probably, who knows nothing about technology, and he was put all this stuff. These are all my expenses. And he saw game, and he just classified as, oh, that must be for your work. It's a game.
Well, it's the $5,000 figure that is so hard to wrap your head around.
But even with the games, like, well, look, okay, he plays games online. That could be a write-off, but where are you getting $5,000 a month? I could see if he was buying like a TV to review, or
he could have claimed the WWE donation or money he spent. That's what I'm saying.
Oh boy, that's shady.
Because it's a game, and he could say, I do it for work.
I'm so Craig, yo, Adam left. He's like, yo, I'm gonna go make some food. He's like, I can't talk about him anymore.
Vanguard,
he's gonna go make that cherry balls.
That's right.
I still have the recipe here, by the way.
They
do look,
it. It's gonna happen. They look delicious. I'm just saying.
But dude,
we should all do it. Just be like cooking with side scrollers.
Let's go
with a little bit of powdered sugar on them.
Rich,
show the picture.
Hold on, wait. You know what? Let me show you, Rich, and let me just ask. This is a very serious question. Okay, would you put these balls in your mouth? Go ahead, show that. Show that, Craig.
Show me the balls.
Yeah.
I got to see the balls first.
Would you put these balls in your mouth? These are cherry balls, classic Christmas cherry balls. These are Nanny's Christmas cherry balls. Would you put those balls in your mouth? Yes or no?
Yes, but what's the outside made of? Coconut? Yes, of course.
I'm not sure what the outside is made of, but damn, do they look good.
I think it's coconut, but I would use graham crackers. I would make graham crackers crumbs.
Listen, I'm going to do it. I'm going to call it Cooking with the Queen.
Love it.
Cooking with the Queen.
Hey. New show. Hey, listen, I think that's something that we can Blabs, I'm serious. Let's talk about this. I'm going to write it down on my notes. Cooking with the Queen.
I would watch that shit.
You better not leave me out of this, because I want to cook these balls.
Yeah.
What the hell?
I'm the queen of side scrollers. I don't know who you guys think the queen here is.
Well, you can make the Avengers swap, or like freaking you're the queen, but you're really the king thing. Nah.
And you
I agree with Blabs. No, we're not doing
terrible food, and if it's entertaining, who cares? Like,
that's right.
You play Castlevania terribly. Let's keep it real, but it was entertaining.
I'm the worst Castlevania player you have ever met.
Jumping on zombies like they were Goombas. That was amazing.
I keep thinking Mario. I'm like,
or sad.
I will say this.
I don't think she was doing that on purpose. Sorry, I'm just saying.
That was real.
Blabs versus Castlevania returns next Wednesday, by the way. Next Wednesday afternoon. So we'll be continuing on. Okay, so what's this OTV thing? What's that about, Rich?
Oh, you're talking about Quantum TV.
Okay.
Do you want it? I'll let you decide. Okay, there you go. That's why it's a long. You would need another podcast for just that alone. So let's keep going.
Oh, you should come back sometime.
Yeah, let's do it again.
Mike wants to know who's the best tech reviewer on YouTube. Your opinion?
Oh God, man. Well, I got to go with
Rich from Review Tech.
Fuck no.
Linus. Linus is good.
Linus, and look, man, I got a lot of inspiration from Classic Game Room. That one really made me sad when I saw that shutting down. That and CGR Undertow. They really, to me, that was like one of my big inspirations, even though I've completely pivoted and now I'm taking my shirt off on live streams to even start doing this. So he's the OG and one of my favorites.
Hey, real quick, talk about your merchandise you just launched last night. Is that something that is available?
Well, oh my God, that was such a fucking disaster because we didn't. This is why I got to stop. I kind of mentioned the website stupidly, so people are already buying shit, but the margins were not properly set yet. So like a bunch of money went in my PayPal, then all of a sudden a bunch of money went out of my PayPal because it was a train wreck. But besides that, I talked to a lawyer. We're going to have 8-bit pixel art DSP fat face shirts. It's transformative. We're going to have the incident of May 1st under it. And I'm good to go from what I've talked to from legal counsel. So, you're going to be able to have, we're also going to have, yes, literally.
Hey, he's a public figure.
Minus the T in the satisfaction. We'll get rid of that.
He?
But yes,
he is. He put himself online.
That should be. That's May 1st.
That is well, we're gonna have like
because we're May 16th right now.
No, we're not
Okay.
gonna have that. That was just but his face. We're gonna put it on
Okay.
with different shirts with the incident.
Okay.
I think it wasn't May 1st the day he masturbated online. That's the anniversary of
Yes,
the
we
day.
had
anniversary.
I had an anniversary stream.
Right.
It was
Okay,
very
okay, wait.
successful.
Okay,
That's
hold on.
May 1st.
I don't mean to shit on your merch here.
No, shit on it, please.
Okay. Who the fuck wants to have his O face on their chest?
You would be
I'm just saying.
amazed.
I know. Clearly.
I
People
thought
are already
Craig-
buying it.
I thought Craig was gonna do it. That's
We were
why I
gonna-
was scared the other day.
Well, I'm gonna try to get it's not available on that merch site, so we're gonna have to do something third-party boxers where right on the crotch there's gonna be his O face. Why not?
Okay. There's a lot of people in chat saying, I want it. I need it. I'll have it.
And
You know what?
Phil,
More
why
power to
didn't
you
you
guys.
do this? Why didn't you do this, Phil? I've literally sent this man an email, so maybe I do want him to.
Adam
be
said
successful.
it too.
I said it
"Phil,
to his face, dude.
It happened, dude. Like, and here is the thing. Yeah, bad idea to do it where you stream because you never know. But like, I guess my cat went across my keyboard the other day, and everyone like it's 6:30 in the morning. I was getting like DMs on Twitter, like, dude, you're streaming right now. Like, shit happens, dude. I've had sex in this room. I'm sorry, but I have. Like, who knows? Maybe I hit the keyboard and OBS is on. Like,
And it's just him and a cucumber, and we're like,
Yeah.
oh, God.
yeah.
No.
Yeah, the next thing you know, OBS is on. I have a cucumber in my ass, and everyone's asking questions. But then I would, but fuck it, it happened. I'll make merch about it. Phil,
Yes.
you could have
Monetize it.
You could have paid off your house because you stroked your dick on stream.
Yes. This
The
is what I
truth,
said. This is what I
yes!
said the other day about
Stop.
Boogie. If Boogie started a weight loss channel right after this boxing match, the whole internet would be behind him if he actually did it and started losing weight. Why? Because we love a redemption story.
Yes.
Everybody
Okay.
loves it.
Rich, I don't know if you know this or not. I don't know if you heard this the other night when I was streaming, but this is going to happen. And but by this, I mean, listen, I'm taking monetize the haters to the next level. And while you're doing your
I heard
shirt,
it.
I would like to officially invite you to the soon to be officially announced, which this is going to happen.
Hasn't been announced yet, officially.
But
I watched your whole fucking stream, so I know what you're talking about. Go.
I would like to cordially invite you to be a guest speaker at the first ever Detractor Con.
Absolutely.
Let's go.
DSP hates me more than Tevin now. So, of course, he's going to start blaming me for his life shortcomings like he used to blame Tevin. Absolutely, I'll be there.
Okay.
This will just give him an
I should be there
excuse
too, I think.
For 5 years after it happens, he can say, well, they had that thing where everybody talked about me. And that'll be the reason his whole life is bad.
No, the beauty of what we got to do, right? We got to have the TractorCon and never mention him once.
Well, so
Can you
so
imagine?
That I think that would
His
drive
head
him
would-
more mad.
His head would explode.
well, I'll say this: Detractor Con is going to happen, and he will have an open invite to appear at any time, right? Every year I will invite Phil to appear at Detractor Con. I will pay him whatever needs to be paid to get him there, right? But the open invite is going to happen. I don't know if it's going to happen in 2023, but it may happen, or it's definitely going to happen. Like, I'm going to make this happen. So I think this is the next level of monetizing the haters. I think it's awesome. And once again, this is all stuff that Phil could have done by himself. We're just going to take it and run with it.
Well, to be honest, he
Okay.
could still come to you and say, like, look, I'll come. Pay me 10% and I'll come. And he could still make a lot of money off of people who dislike him. Okay. And it'd be like a
that's a good
roast. You know
And
what I
Phil,
mean?
here's another open invite. I'm going to sound like Keemstar. Look, dude. It's transformative. I've talked to a lawyer. I don't have to do shit with you. You want a cut of the fucking merch? It is your O face. We can talk about it. What, like, I sent it to your fucking MSN account like it's 1995. I sent you an email. Let's go. Like, he's incredible. Anyway, Adam's going to pass out if I keep talking about him.
Look,
Yeah.
I'm working on this right now. I'm
We
telling
want
you,
to see
it's going to
cherry
happen.
balls.
So when the announcement is made, like Rich, I need you to be a part of that announcement. It's going to be
Ooh,
great.
There can be a food stand that sells cherry balls there.
There you go.
Adam's
Hey,
And the
chef.
proceeds can go to starving kids in Africa.
There we
Let's
go.
go.
There we
Let's go. Hey,
Full circle.
All the lore.
James wants to know what's the deal with the DK oldies being a scam. But it's just curious. What are your thoughts on this? I've kind of watched this from afar. I don't know a whole lot about it outside of like I guess they're reselling refurbished things and it's not truly refurbished.
It was beyond that. They were selling stuff at exorbitant prices, which their prices mysteriously went down after a bunch of videos were made. Wonder why. But look, if they want to sell a Game Boy for $10,000 as is, I don't give a shit. If someone's dumb enough to buy it, they're dumb enough to buy it. The issue was, though, they were showing videos of how they were doing like detailed refurbishing and all this different, and they weren't doing anything. I bought like 4 different things from them initially, and all of them were broken, overpriced garbage that was not refurbished at all. Finally, after they were smelling that a civil suit may come against them, which I think is still pending now all of a sudden their prices went down. Then I got a Sega Genesis from them that was mint. It's like, why did it take that for that to happen, though?
Well, and it's even worse than that. I watched an interview with one of their prior employees. So this is what they told the employees: wash the outside with Windex and put a sticker over the screws. So if the person we sell it to removes the sticker, we can say, you removed the sticker, we can't take it back, we can't touch it, you opened it, you're not supposed to open it. So that's what they were doing to people.
Yeah,
and that's on a refurbished machine.
The sticker, first off, in the States, it's now illegal to put those stickers on void warranty. So that sticker, they were having it there for 2 reasons. One, to scare people off to not go in there, to think that their warranty would be void, which is ridiculous. And secondly, to make it look like they were refurbishing stuff. So the stickers were shady on 2 different levels. Then after they got called out by a YouTuber named Jacob R., they're like, oh, the stickers just mean we fixed them. It doesn't mean it's a void warranty.
Yep. But the employee said specifically that's why he was told to put them on there, so people didn't open them and look inside. And he was told, shake it, if there's nothing rattling around, don't open it. Spray it with Windex, clean it, send it out. That's
sorry. This is totally off topic, but I got to address this in an effort to hashtag monetize the haters. What a great comment. Craig sold his soul. A man who was once a force in this internet generation, now an aging out of touch clout chaser who uses a troubled man for revenue. Hashtag jail Craig. Throw me in jail.
I agree.
Wait, is that a joke or someone serious?
I don't.
He at least needs to go for a month or 2 to teach him a little bit.
It was creative.
Lock me up.
I'm gonna think that's sarcasm. I'm gonna guarantee that.
Oh, that's so funny.
But that's what Phil thinks, though.
Yeah, I think it is
jail Craig trending, please.
And it was.
I'm
I believe it's in comment to Phil the other day saying that you might have done something illegal. I think it was.
Oh my God, he may end up getting himself sued. That's hilarious. I'm tweeting out too. Hashtag jail Craig. It's just that's it. That's all I'm tweeting. Amazing stuff.
That's the tweet.
That's it.
Yeah, it was it was during the same rant that he was talking about getting a order of protection against it or some shit. I don't remember.
Awesome. Sounds awesome. Adam wants to know, what's your opinion on middle generation consoles like the PlayStation 5 Pro and whatever they could call the mid-gen Xbox Series console being rumored?
People are just getting their hands on a PlayStation 5 now. I mean, look, I know we did it with the previous generation, but in my opinion, we did it with the previous generation because the base consoles were woefully underpowered even when they first launched back in 2013. I mean, yeah, we could use a little more hardware grunt now, but it's like they're still making cross-gen games, and you're going to come out with a pro current-gen console? I don't know. I mean, I know they're going to do it. There's been plenty of patents coming out that Sony's doing something, but it's just weird that I know people are finally able to get their hands on a PS5, and now they're talking about a PS5 Pro.
When do you think Nintendo will release a new console?
Who the hell knows? I'm hoping like 2024 at the latest, because the Switch is long in the tooth, and a lot of people like me have moved on to like Steam Deck pastures. You know, I mean, I love the Nintendo exclusives like Mario and things like that. I do, but I also, one thing I liked about the Switch when it first came out is that you got these AAA third-party games on the go. That was a first time for me to have that. Now that it's so old, you can't put Elden Ring on the Switch. You know what I mean? Get out of here. The thing would light itself on fire. We need more powerful hardware, and hopefully Nintendo. And I hope they don't try to reinvent the wheel too much. We just need a more powerful Switch. We need like a Super Nintendo to the Nintendo when it comes to the Switch. That's it.
Yep. We have we have breaking news real quick from Keemstar.
I know, he had me retweet it.
Okay. Just to share, thank you, Blaz, for sending this out. ReviewTechUSA and TheQuartering have verbally agreed to rounds and glove size. This fight is happening this year.
Holy shit.
Oh boy, look at that. Whoop, whoop. Look at that nonsense right there. That's crazy.
Rich, get in the gym, man. Get in that gym. Get a trainer, man. Like ASAP.
What's the glove size?
Good question. All bullshit though. I actually tweeted out today. I'm actually going to call and get a trainer.
I want to ask you guys all something. If somebody is so much bigger, and this is a question I posed watching the Boogie and what's his name fight. If somebody's so much bigger, shouldn't there be a caveat to that? Like they have to wear bigger or smaller gloves, you know, as a handicap?
No. It's all done through height, and it's all done through weight, all of it. So you can have somebody who's 6'10" fight somebody who's 5'10" as long as they're in the same weight class.
That's so strange to me, man.
And that's the way it goes. Trident followed up, says with the 20. Thank you so much, Trident. Massive support today. Says RTU, can you wear the May the 1st shirt when you enter the ring for your boxing match?
Who knows? Maybe that'd be a good way to get merch out there.
Great gear.
It's a good point. It's a good point.
And Dublank comes in and says, Blab should do a show where cooks terrible recipes and call it poorly cooking with the Queen. Also, shout out to the Hate Army. Listen, Blab's
not as good of an idea. I'm just saying.
No. But I'll tell you, this is exciting. I mean, this is just happening right now. How many rounds are we talking about?
I don't know. That's a good question.
It doesn't know.
I don't know.
At least 3?
Yeah, probably three.
They probably still have a bunch of shit to work out.
Yeah, we have.
But it says right here, it says you verbally agreed to rounds and glove size, and you don't know the rounds or the glove size, Rich.
I sound well prepared right now, don't I?
Yeah.
It's just baby steps. Wait, you got this. You got this.
Okay, again, get your ass in the gym. All right, learn what the glove sides are. Actually, learn what the glove sides are, and learn how many rounds you got it, so you know what to actually prepare for.
I would watch the Boogie fight again and do the opposite.
Don't learn from that. Don't watch that.
Keep your head down. Hands up.
And make sure your pants will stay up.
Yes, I do not want to give anybody a show.
Don't get taped. Don't get taped.
Let me say this, Rich. For the love of God, please spar before you get in the ring. You have to take punches. Yes. You have to learn to get hit, because especially you said you've never really been in a fight. You've never done a whole lot of athletic stuff. You have to get in a ring and actually punch and be punched, because it is totally different than just punching a bag.
I know Craig disagreed with me when I said this, but I think you should get in the ring with a younger guy who's smaller than you, shorter reach.
Oh, taller than you.
So you can see how he fights somebody who's bigger than him. And
no way.
Try to
get into a ring with someone 6'4" and learn how to box against them. That's what you need to do.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm saying is, if you see somebody do it the proper way first, it'll be a lot easier to learn.
I don't know if I agree with you. I think experience is better. I
don't know anything about boxing, so yeah.
That's crazy. Rich?
I'm going to get on the ball. I got plenty of stuff I got to do, but I'm getting ready, and it's going to get moving.
All right. We got a couple super chats, and I'll tell you, we're going to wrap the show. We will not have a post show today because we've, Whoa, no. What is that?
No hard news. Sorry.
I bet.
All right.
Okay.
I bet the
Just-
Rich will
just let me
actually
have
throw
this.
a punch.
You forgot the auto tune.
You're still on crazy voice.
Just let me have this.
God.
Sorry.
Okay. Rich, welcome to Side Scrollers. A Florida man came in with 200 bits talking about Philly. Says he's a good example for not feeling shame, acting defiant in the face of blunt truth, and being a sociopath. Basically 80% of the things wrong with people these days rolled into one. Thanks so much, Florida man. And Dirk resubbed with Prime. Says shout outs to the crew and Rich. Really enjoying these podcasts. Keep up the good work. And a Florida man came in with 300 bits. Says outside the Switch, anyone else feel like the game libraries for these consoles let them down? I don't feel like there's enough powerhouse titles that take advantage of what the PlayStation 5 and Xbox series have the power to do.
Well,
Yeah,
I blame the older consoles and the fact that
Yeah.
game companies have to make games for everything now instead of devoting what the power of the PlayStation 5 can do. Right?
Adam-
Sorry, Rich. What were you going to say?
Yeah, the problem is that the cross-gen games are lasting a lot longer because it was so tough to get your hand on the current gen consoles until recently. So it's holding back this generation. Yeah, absolutely.
Yep, I was just gonna say. Adam said it the other day when Craig was gone. It was the fact that they still have to make games for these consoles that aren't the best consoles we got.
Well, yeah,
And
that's
do
what
all the patchworks,
Yeah,
fixing everything.
it is what it is.
Over on Rumble, if you guys want to go over and join us over on Rumble, you can follow us over there. We are 30 follows away from 1,000, so you guys can pop over there, get close. My Mayo Riot came in with a 5. Says Rich is great. I've loved his boobies for about 5 years, and found this show a month ago. Well, thank you very much. Appreciate that, and congratulations, Rich, on your boobies.
Thank you. That's fantastic.
Diana says, good morning, but still late. Still need to pop in and say how much I appreciate the Side Scrollers crew and chat. Family, you are based. God bless this day. All right. Sounds good. And Duty wants to remind you, Rich, no fappening. It weakens the legs.
Yeah, I will make sure to not have my own incident.
Brett wants
Wise
to know,
words to live by.
unless there are cucumbers involved. Says Rich, thanks for living rent free. Only certain people get that title. Thank you so much, Brett. Appreciate that. And another blown cartridge has a critique saying, sorry to not be on topic, but I've always hated how unnecessarily political ReviewTechUSA has been in past videos, but I hope he wins this fight. Lol.
Yeah, I've stepped away from that on my main channel, though. I haven't. I mean, even on my live streams, I just want to fuck around and joke around, and it's too divisive now, and that's why I stopped doing it. You can't. There's no nuance on the internet when it comes to politics. I think everyone.
You got that right.
Yeah.
Well, I want to let you know, Rich, we are considered a right-wing propagandist arm.
Oh God.
this is podcast because the internet, because there's no nuance at all. So sorry you had to appear on this crazy right-wing podcast.
Well,
I can't even say it with a straight face.
I'm a liberal cuck and a fascist at the same time, according to the internet. So
good.
Cool.
Good.
Washington Post labeled my show an extremist haven.
Oh, well,
I'm serious.
Is
They
that
actually
fun?
put me in an article.
that's good. Good for
Hey,
you.
you got into an article. Cool.
You made it. You made it.
That's not what you should have taken from that, but okay.
Thanks,
Izzy
Adam.
Nashdi, because DSP is the middle of the human centipede. Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you very much for that. Appreciate it. Thanks for the wonderful
Terrible
things.
imagery. Goodness sakes.
Terrible. All right, I'll tell you what. Rich, tell everybody where they can find you, and tell everybody one more time about the fight we have coming up, the whole thing. I want to hear the whole spiel because this is major stuff.
Apparently, in October, I am going to be boxing TheQuartering, I believe, in London. More details to come on that. And you can find me mostly right now, with my time being at a premium, on RTU streams, where I stream almost on a daily basis. My main channel right now is essentially dead because, with my sons being here full time, I can't get up reviews or anything right now. Check me out during my live streams. They're absolutely insane and weird shit happens.
You never know what's going to happen. You never know.
No.
Which is the best thing about it. So, well, I greatly appreciate you coming on, man. I think I'm as you get closer to the fight, we'll definitely need to bring you on again and again and again. And I mean this in like all sincerity. I hope that you train your butt off, and I hope you learn.
Oh, I absolutely am. I don't want, like, I know I sound ill prepared right now, but I mean, it's May 16th. I absolutely am. I was actually already messaging people to find out where I could train. There's a place I'm calling. I've already been going to the gym. I've changed my diet. So as much as I sound like an asshole right now, I'm not a complete asshole. So it's beginning.
Awesome. Well, I'm genuinely excited for you, not just to transform your body, but to transform your mind and everything attached to it, man. And I think this could be a really great opportunity, not just financially, but from a just life, man. I'm very excited for you. So, all right. So with all that said, appreciate you guys popping in today. I am literally, as I'm typing this, getting the stream page set up for the Mario Funathon Day 2, which is happening in just about 15 minutes from now, right around 1 o'clock. So I'm going to take a break here once we finish up, and I'm going to put the link in the chat. I would love for everybody to join me on that Funathon. The link is in the chat right now. Oh, that's the wrong one. That's the Keemstar link. Don't want to do that. But I do hope everybody pops in and joins us there. Rich, thank you again for your time today. Blabs, Trav, Adam, you guys want to say anything before we get out of here?
Yeah, I'll be on the Legion of Memers stream tonight at like 7 or 7:30 Eastern time. So check us out there.
Join the Discord.
Yep. All right, awesome.
Thanks for tuning in, Rich. Thank you for joining. You got to come back.
I had a blast.
This was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next time you got to come back, and we'll just do more of talking about the news like we normally do, and have a good time talking about cultural stuff instead.
Hell yeah, absolutely.
But you're welcome back anytime. And thanks everyone for tuning in. Definitely go follow our Rumble account. We're almost to 1,000. If you could go over there, Rumble is kicking ass. So many people are actually going over there, and they're doing a great thing right now till the end of the year that memberships are 100% going to the creators. So if you go support us over there, 100% of it's actually coming to us, the creators. So appreciate all your support. You guys are absolutely amazing. And Craig, have fun with your Funathon.
Yes.
I'm not sure. You keep changing it, but either way, it's a lot of fun. And continue monetizing the haters.
That's right. That's right. It's a Funathon and a Fundathon. It's both. It's both. But as Kyle says, Super Mario Brothers movie is on Prime. That's interesting. Is that it's already available on Prime, or is it just I'm sure you got to buy it? But
is it
Kyle,
real?
thank you very much. Yeah, it's just some guy. It's the Ron Jeremy porno.
Oh, God. Don't make that mistake.
All right, we're gonna get out of here, guys. Thank you so much. No outro music. Once again, no post show. Rich, thank you very much. You guys remember, people are gonna try to keep you down. Don't let him. You guys got a goal. Go get it. I'll see you on the Mario Funathon in about 15 minutes, right here on the @Side Scrollers podcast channel, right here on YouTube. You guys have a great day. See you guys later. Bye bye.